everybody. It's me, Justin, from the Chicago 60 podcast and the Chicago 60 show. Can I talk today? I can. All right. And now we have another edition of Couch Stories. Song and everything else to TBD. But this is what it is. So for those of you who aren't familiar and don't know, Couch Stories is where we learn a little bit more about the guests we just had on the podcast. So we just had Lauren Gaspar on the podcast with us. Ron Russell was there. We talked about all kinds of cool things, a lot about fitness, because this lady is into fitness. So we're going to learn a little bit more about her fitness and everything else. But you must know her. She's got Simple Staples Chai. That is her business. Yeah. It's at Simple Staples Chai, at L Gaspar. You can hit her up there for all your fitness training and nutritional needs. The new
you can.
Entrepreneurial maverick of the next Blue Apron is here sitting with me on my couch. So I am honored to have her here. Good friend of mine. We worked at COTG, which is a copier company. And
let me grab a trash can.
We had many a day where we just went and just shat the
fucked
shit
around for
multiple
hours.
Britt, and we just drank and complained, and we're like, when are we gonna be done with this? And Lauren was saying, I want to get into fitness and start my own fitness company, and I was like, I want to do my own show, and now we're doing both of those things. So if you believe it, it can happen. It's like the field of dreams. If you believe it, they will come. So we're living proof right here. But Lauren Gaspar, thank you for being on Couch Stories with me. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Justin. It's nice to be here.
It's ladies' night.
It is ladies' night. Monday, ladies' night.
First question, how do you feel about being the first ever female on the Chicago 60?
I mean, we're breaking down barriers now, Justin.
The glass ceiling is broken.
Yeah, it is completely broken.
As if there was a ceiling at all, but you were the first girl who was like, yeah.
I honestly hope this becomes a regular thing for Chicago 60.
Yeah. No, we have other women already lined up as guests, but you are the first one, so you hold that title.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I feel like Mr. Wonderful.
You are Mrs. Wonderful.
Exactly.
Let me pull a Justin Trudeau. It's not mankind, it's people kind. So you're not Mr. Wonderful, you're Mrs. Wonderful. Oh my God! Now I feel sad that I even used that as a thing. But all right. So Lauren, a lot of people may not know who you are. So first, please give a brief give an introduction of who you are, where you come from. Who are you, Lauren Gaspar?
Oh God, who am I? Who am I? Well, I was born and raised in a suburb outside of Chicago.
Which suburb?
Oh, God. First it was Lisle.
Oh, yeah.
Little Lizzle, Illinois.
The
Lizzle.
The Lizzle.
Right past the 355 over there.
Yeah.
With a twin sister. And
what? You're a twin?
Can you believe that? Do you know any other twins?
Yeah, I think so.
That's unfortunate.
I can't
not identical, fraternal. Went to Bennett Academy where Justin
oh, that's
went as
right.
Well.
Yes.
Did you forget that?
I totally forgot
Holy
that.
Holy shit. Yeah, so we actually went to the same high school, which is crazy.
That's right.
Wow, this is
man,
wait.
I totally forgot about that.
I wonder how many other Bennett people
You're younger than me.
In the world.
Yeah. That I've forgotten.
Not that you've forgotten,
hilarious.
but how many people have done shit like this where they're like, I'm quitting my corporate job sort of stuff, and I'm just going to do what I love to do.
Right.
Right now, many people do that.
A lot of them become doctors and shit.
So sidetracked. I talk way too much. But anywho.
That's the point of this whole thing. So talk to your heart's galore.
Naperville, basically ended up moving there when we were in high school. I played college tennis my freshman year in Virginia. Virginia was not like Naperville, I can tell you that. It was a little slow, but I did meet one of my really good friends there. Missed the heck out of Chicago and my family. So moved back, finished up college at DePaul, where, mind you, I studied early childhood education to be a teacher, birth through third grade. By the time I finished school, I had no idea what I wanted to do, even though I had my childhood degree, ready to go be a teacher. I was doing interviews. Something just didn't feel right. And also, financially, I was like, I cannot support myself off of a teaching salary.
Hashtag truth.
Yeah, the city's just so dang expensive. So reality set in, and I'm like, I've got to find a different job where I can support myself. I was living in a high-rise building and met someone at the time, and they're like, you'd be really good at sales. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I teach little niños and niñas. Like this is like second grade. Yeah. like I teach what 4 plus 4
is. This the Jennifer Lopez from South Park? Tacos y burritos, niños y niñas. It's got racist real fast.
Must be the second beer. But I was like, this is crazy. I mean, I do love to talk, and I'm pretty outgoing. At least I would assume so. And I interviewed at COTG where Justin Jawar at the time was working.
That's me.
Didn't know who the heck he was.
That's true.
But went in. I was doing I had even interviewed as like a front desk office job, and I'm like,
wow.
Okay. I was just trying to find anything that would pay me more than a teacher's salary. So then Mr. Dan Tui looked at me, and Mr. Dan Tui looked at me, and he's like, you're hired. I was like, okay. And they're like, when can you start? And I'm like, now.
Right at this very moment.
Right
Put me
at
into
that
training
very
immediately.
moment. And I started working at COTG, and then 3 years of selling copiers and just the 7:30 to 7:30 grind. Like, I remember being the last freaking person in that office all the time and just being like, I hate my life. Like, why am I here 24/7? And why can't I just catch a break? Every day's putting out fires. Every day's just dealing with bullshit.
Yes.
And I'm like, there's got to be something better out there. Like, what the heck is, what can I possibly do to get out of this? And during my time at COTG, as Justin mentioned, we became pretty close, sat pretty close to each other on the office. And we would go out to lunch and talk all the time about just what we want to do. And everybody has goals, dreams, aspirations, but nobody ever actually follows through with them.
It's a very very low percentage.
Very low percentage. Yeah. So it was funny because I did not get any backing from my friends, no backing from my family when I was like, I want to quit my job. They're like, absolutely not. Like, what the heck is wrong with you? How are you going to support yourself? And I loved fitness. I was doing Orange Theory personally, working out there. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, fitness is my passion. So why don't I just try and go and do something with fitness? So at the time, I had already known the COO in Illinois of Orange Theory. I reached out to him, and I'm like, I really want to be a coach. I want to be that motivating person that people look up to, that just makes them feel better about themselves and, motivates them. Long story short, end up becoming an Orange Theory coach. Have now been there for over a year. Love it. It is a great passion of mine. I mean, fuck, I wake up at 3:45 to do it every day.
Yes.
So hashtag dedication.
You're waking up by the time I might be going to sleep in some cases.
So it's funny that you say that. So I actually drive down Halstead, and right on Halstead and Armitage, there's a bar called The Shoe. It's red and white awning.
Sure.
Well, that bar closes at 4.
Oh.
So
okay.
There's
fumbling drunks coming out
30, 40 people waiting out line for taxis.
Work that alcoholism
Work
right
it
off.
Come
to
Uber.
Come to my thing.
Don't stop over there.
My microphone. Yeah.
You
nice.
let those people walk. Don't
cool.
drive them home.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then Orange Theory hit, and I was like, okay, I'm cutting my salary, more than half.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I gotta find something. So then I just tried to say, great, my passion is fitness, so I want to do something fitness. What if I started my own gym? And then that was like my next thing. I'm like, I'm going to start my own gym. I came up with a name. I did everything. I purchased the LLC. At the time, I had like all these clients actually from Orange Theory who, it's like an influencer. You look at someone on Instagram or social media and you're like, God, I want to look like them. I want to know what they're doing. What's the secret? Well, it's kind of the same thing with, in your daily life, whatever you do. You see a trainer and you're like, oh my God, okay, what are they doing? What's the secret? So I started taking on individual clients. And then I was like, we're going to do groups. Like now I can really bring on, the people, and I can start, increasing my income. If I can fit 7 people in a room at $25 an hour for an hour, that's more than $65 for one client for an hour. And it started to really catch on, and people were like, oh my God, I love the group stuff. Started looking at spaces to open a gym, and it was kind of like something didn't feel right. Like something wasn't clicking. And just as we talked about on the podcast, but basically I was living in that high-rise building, and I posted something about nutrition and fitness. Guy came up to me, and Simple Staples, my current business now, was kind of born out of that, him just asking me to cook for him. And now I like actually really feel good about it and have faith in my business, and it's really growing and going places. And yeah, that's kind of where I'm at today. I'm balancing the Orange Theory and the side business, and
Nice.
hashtag hustle.
Nice. Yeah. Hashtag hustle indeed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Indeed. So how did so going off of everything you just said.
Yeah. I mean, was that 30 minutes? Jesus.
It definitely took away some of my questions already. So that's good news. So what? So you mentioned the story that there was this guy who was like, "Hey, just make me meals." So
Yeah.
what was your process on going about that once you decided to do it? Because, I mean, obviously there's the things out there like Blue Apron and Eat Fresh. All these fucking things
Yeah.
out there
So
now.
many of
Like,
them. So saturated.
and so, but like you're one person trying to do this for a bunch of people. And I've seen your videos on Instagram, like you're hustling for sure. So like, how do you like? What is the process of this? What do you do to make this happen? Because it seems like it's a lot of work to me.
Oh my God, Justin.
Personally.
The amount of cooking, cleaning, I smell like food 24/7. You
That
walk
could be
past
good or
me.
bad.
I don't think it's a good thing.
Be careful on the streets. This girl smells like food. I'm attracted.
I smell like food all the time.
Yeah.
I am always cooking. I am always in the kitchen. But it's funny because I had posted a simple video on my Facebook, and this guy was following me, and he literally came up and was like, I want to eat what you make. Like what you're making, that's what I want. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, no, exactly what you're making. Like the jasmine white rice and like the chicken, like that's just what I want, plain with no sauce. I'm like, what the fuck? Like this is fucking weird. And he's like, all these meal prep companies have so much sauce, so much salt, and he's like, I just want to be able to put my own shit on there. And then I was thinking to myself, I'm like, it's not a bad idea. So I started cooking for him, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it all clean and natural, which is what he wanted. So I'm like, what better place than Whole Foods? So I started to go to Whole Foods.
Shout out to Whole Foods.
Seriously.
Not a sponsor.
Yeah, not a sponsor yet.
Of either company.
Yes. But yeah, so I went to Whole Foods. I purchased all of his food. And it's so funny in terms of processes how, like, I could tell you, I could go to Whole Foods right now, and if I bought the bag of broccoli, I could tell you it makes 4 meals. If I bought, 4 pieces of a chicken breast, I could tell you how many meals that makes. So it comes down to the numbers.
You want to come grocery shopping with me? Because I haven't
Justin,
been in a while, and I need to go. I'm usually good at grocery shopping.
I have an Excel sheet of Whole
my
Foods
God.
prices and
You're the
products.
accountant of food.
So before I even go shopping,
Yeah.
I already know what I'm going to spend. I just plug in my quantity, and I'm
That's
like,
cool.
if my bill is over $300, there's something fucking wrong. Either they jacked up the price on something, or I overbought, or something's wrong. So it took me, like probably 2-3 months for me to like go to every single receipt, type in every single dang price and quantity and all this stuff. But you need that to understand how much you're making.
Right.
But then the process was, all right, what containers am I going to use? Like everything
Right.
matters.
Right. Yeah.
There's containers that could cost you $4 per container. I first started buying them at Target. They say like meal prep on them. They're like so much deeper and like all this stuff, but they were so expensive. I'm like, I'm not making any money. At first I was like, this is dumb. I'm not going to be making any money off this. And then I'm like, ooh, found cheaper containers, 40 cents a piece. Ooh, okay. And then it kind of just started like coming into play. And then I had multiple people asking me at Orange Theory about what I eat, and it just kind of blew up.
Yeah.
And
So how many people are you providing food for today?
so it's a good question. So 30 is the max that I've had. And that's me like tapping out. Like I couldn't physically myself.
That's a lot of food.
Well, I have 4 different plans. So like if you did a VIP plan, Justin, that means you would be ordering 16 meals for 1 week. Well, if you're eating lunch and dinner, that does go by pretty quick. So I could be cooking anywhere from 100, 150 meals in 2 days.
That's a lot.
Could you imagine the dishes?
So
The amount of soap?
I haven't done dishes in months. I have dishes in my dishwasher now, actually, but it's not from cooking, unfortunately. Yeah, no, that sounds like a lot of work. So, how long does it take you to cook all this stuff?
Oh my God. So Whole Foods opens at 8 o'clock in the morning. Sunday morning, so this is my thing. I have to make everything fresh. I'm at Whole Foods at 8 a.m. when that door opens. I go right in, grab everything, and I start cooking immediately. 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. I will not stop until 7 p.m., 6 p.m. Nonstop. That dishwasher is on like...
Yeah. What do you do when you're waiting for the... Are you like slaving away at a stove? Are you the stereotypical female from the 50s?
Yes. But I could do triple the work. I know, I'm a catch. I'm a catch.
But are you enjoying yourself, or is like Sunday like just your work day and that's it?
Well, it's funny because like I work at Orange Theory every day, so it's like it's so crazy for me to say this. When we worked at COTG, I always used to be like, there are way too many hours in the day. Like, I fucking hate it. Like, could it just be 5 p.m.? Like, when it was 12 o'clock, I'm like, it feels like 5. Can this day please end?
Right. We all felt that way.
Now, I'm like, there are not enough hours in the day.
Yeah, I feel that way too, yeah.
I could never visualize myself previously ever saying that. Like, I didn't understand the meaning of when people, I was like, what's wrong with you? You want more hours in the day? Like, are you fucking crazy?
Well, I think that is a big difference of people who are doing something they love to do versus people that are not doing something they love to do. So, I mean, that's the main difference.
Yeah.
In general, is that, people, when you're running a class or you're cooking, whatever, like, oh, I'm doing this because I'm helping people.
Right.
I enjoy this. This is a thing. When I do my stuff or I'm editing, like, I'm having fun with it. And it doesn't feel like work, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh fuck, it's 8 o'clock at night, I should probably eat.
Yeah.
I need one of your
maybe
meals.
get 5 hours of sleep.
Yeah,
you need what? Start ordering for me. What the heck?
I guess that'll be a thing that I do. That'll be a thing that I do for sure. But yeah, so Yeah, I don't. I mean, that sounds crazy. Because I mean, I love cooking, but that's like a lot of cooking.
It's a lot of cooking, and yes, I enjoy it. And yes, of course, there's times where I'm like, what the fuck am I thinking? Um, but I meal prep for myself every week the same. So I'm like, it's almost like I'm just helping other people meal prep is like how I see it. I'm like, I do the same thing every single week. Like I'm practicing what I'm preaching, and I'm just like doing it. And yes, I do enjoy cooking, and it actually makes you feel good that people enjoy your food. Like there's some sort of satisfaction where people are like, "Oh my god, this tastes so fucking good. What do you do?" And I'm like, "It's made with love."
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, that's
You
why I
know?
love cooking. I mean, if I'm cooking for myself, it's a lot different, like there are certain staple dishes that I cook for myself that I know are going to be good. Like I make some pasta dishes, simple, chicken or salmon, some vegetable, a little lemon juice, whatever. Fine.
Sounds good.
Stir fry. Oh yeah. I'm a good cook. Stir fry, like easy, simple shit. That's for me. So it's like,
Yeah.
and usually it's like a meal or 2 meals.
Yeah, you
typically.
could get yeah.
I mean, I can't not make 2 meals when I cook pasta.
Yeah.
I'm always like, this is gonna be enough for one thing, and then I eat 2 helpings, and then there's like still more. I'm like, fucking hell, Justin, learn.
Yeah.
But I never fucking learn.
Self-control.
Yeah, God, I
It's
just
hard.
love this pasta.
I know.
But I mean, I make that shit. It's like simple, easy, whatever, right? And healthy for the most part. But but I don't like, if I don't have anybody else to cook for, I ain't gonna try new shit just to fucking do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have that kind of time. I need shit like in, out. I want to eat fresh, whatever. That's it. So that's why I'm doing. I told you about the friend dinner night. It's the only way I can challenge myself to try.
I love that.
Make things that are exciting.
Yeah.
And like try some, use my goddamn kitchen equipment.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like fucking.
Yeah, you got a nice kitchen.
It's a nice. Yeah, it's all right.
It's a nice kitchen.
As I look over my shoulder at
yeah,
the
hopefully
studio
nobody
comes
heard that. Yeah.
fully furnished with kitchen. I sleep here. It's my apartment, so they say.
On this couch.
Yeah. So another thing I wanted to talk to you about real quickly, because we're both from the burbs, and but we now both live in the city. How long have you been living in the city?
Well, I always count like since I graduated, so I say 2015, but it was actually prior to that because when I was at DePaul, I was still living in the city.
Oh yeah, if you're in DePaul, that counts.
So,
yeah, for sure.
I mean, how many years is that? Like maybe 7, 7, 8 years.
All right, that's a little bit longer than me then.
7
yeah, I've only
years,
been this year for 5, but you go back to Naperville quite often.
Almost every weekend,
a rich white woman.
I'm basic.
You basic bitch.
Like pumpkin spice lattes.
Gersh, you're my gird. But you like pumpkin spice lattes.
Who doesn't like pumpkin spice lattes?
I don't drink that crap.
I mean, when October hits, I'm like,
that for women.
I literally now put pumpkin spice in my coffee. Like, I actually bought pumpkin spice.
No joke. I just saw this, Lauren. My uncle posted this.
So
they have a pumpkin spiced condom. No kidding. Swear to God. Unless my uncle used some amazing Photoshop. I saw it.
Wait, your uncle?
My uncle posted as a joke, being like, "People are fucking crazy. There's too much pumpkin spice, folks. There's too much pumpkin. Just get a regular pumpkin.
Spice condom.
Eat a pumpkin pie. That's enough. It's enough." But yeah, what are your thoughts? Have like burbs to city? Because I'll just tell you. I'll give you some context. So I'm like I can't go back to I hate going to the burbs.
Really?
Yeah, I can't stand it. I love being in the city. That's
where
why
were
I'm
you
in
born
the city.
and raised?
I grew up in Bolingbrook for most of my life, where the IKEA is.
Yeah.
And I was there before there was an IKEA or a mall. And, there's just, I don't know. I just am not a suburban guy. Like, when I bought my car recently, I was talking to the chick at the DuPage Credit Union. And she's like, "Oh, you're a city? Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I was in the city recently. It's parking. It's the problem. I just don't get it." I'm like, "Yeah, you don't sound like a city person. You sound like a suburbanite." And I'm like, "Yeah, well, that's why I live in the fucking city. I fucking do all this shit." And I was like, "Fuck." And then she was, I was just thinking about that for a minute. I was like, I didn't even want to be there. I was like, I want to be back in the city. I mean, everything that I'm doing is in the city, number one. But there's just so much going on in the city. I went on a date in the burbs at like this place, and it didn't go well.
Oh God, yeah.
It was so bad. But I did like it felt weird because bars in the city, like there are people there. If you're feeling, I'm there at this bar in the burbs. And it's just like a restaurant.
It's like The Bachelor. It's like you're on your own.
Weird.
Yeah.
It's just bizarre. It was a bizarre feeling. I'm like, I don't like this at all. You know, if I have a family or some shit, I'll move. Yeah, everybody moves the burbs, whatever. That's fine.
Yeah.
But like, fuck a duck. I like right now. I hate it. I hate going out in the burbs. So, what are your thoughts on like city versus burbs? Being, growing up in the burbs, but now living in the city, but still going back to the burbs. What are some differences that you've noticed in the Chicagoland area? Because I've noticed several.
Well, growing up in the suburbs, and it's funny you say suburbs, like Bolingbrook. Is that a suburb? I mean, it is
Yes.
a suburb, but like, are there as many grassy hills and knolls and trees as there are the further you go west?
What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah. Was it compared to what? DeKalb? Where I went to
I'm
college?
talking like,
What do you mean?
yeah, like there's just something about, so like when people say, like Lyle.
Right.
Well, if you go to the city of Lyle, it's like, I like don't even call, well, it's not a city, but
It's a town, if anything.
it's a town, but that doesn't necessarily feel like suburb to me. I mean, it does in a way, but like when I think of suburb, I think of like I'm seeing green grass, I'm seeing trees, and I'm not seeing 20 people walking on the sidewalk. Like it's
You see 20 people walking in Lyle?
I'm not talking about that.
Oh, okay.
I said I'm not talking about seeing
that's
20
good.
people. It's like secluded. There's this thing though that you like gain a sense of like peace with yourself and like thoughts in the suburbs.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is, but I'm like a very nature girl at heart. I'm like, if my dad were to ever have a boy, like between my sister and me, it would be me, because like I'm like to go hunting, and like when I was little, I would go to the tree stand with my dad at 3:00 in the morning and like trudge through. We have a farm out west in Ottawa, and I loved sitting in a fucking tree stand.
Yeah.
For 5 hours with my dad doing nothing.
You should
And
meet
my
boss.
sister.
That's what he did this weekend. My Ukrainian
And
boss.
my sister hated it. She would literally go watch America's Next Top Model in the cabin. And I would be out with my dad. And I'm like, there's something that I don't know if it brought my dad and I close and that's why I like it. Or if it was just I was able to just like not think and like gather my thoughts. I like being able to drive to the suburbs to like get my like quick fix of it. But like right now I could not live there.
Yeah.
Because
no way.
the city like keeps you moving. It keeps you young. I went to a Sur La Table cooking class recently. Okay.
Such a white woman. I went to
Pumpkin spice lattes, Sur La Table, and yeah. And there was like a couple that was like 80 across from me, and I was like, this is the fucking city. You would not find this in the suburbs. There are older people walking around being active because it's the fucking city. You go to the suburbs, people are sitting on their couches. They are not doing diddly squat.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much how I just feel about it. There's anything that you have to do in the burbs anyway, you have to drive to also. So it just seems like more of a hassle.
Yeah, it is. It's not
versus
convenient.
like in the city. I mean, I'm not in an area where that's like a lot of happening shit, but it's like a 10-minute Uber ride, or I can go hop the L and be in an area where there's shit going on.
Right.
Or I drive somewhere for like 5-10 minutes, But in the burbs, I just feel like, if you go somewhere, like that's where you are.
Yeah.
Like that's your thing.
It's just slower.
You're not, I couldn't go out in bars in Naperville. I just got too old because just like
people are different. Like the way that people talk, the people
dating culture,
everything
vastly different. Just vastly different. I feel like people in the burbs are like looking to get married, like
oh
this.
yeah, no, I don't need that in my life.
And you did the typical Chicago. Oh yeah, no, no, yeah, definitely stuff there. Yeah, I mean, I feel like people in this city. I mean, they're just.
It's
just,
like
it's just, you know,
it's like a vacation away from the city. Like that's like my thing. It's like
you gotta get out
if I've like
every once in a while.
yeah, if I've been in the city for like 4 months straight and I'm like going crazy, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go out to the burbs for like the day.
Right.
And when I mean the day, it's like I'm literally driving there at 10 o'clock in the morning and coming back at 6 o'clock at night.
Yeah,
And
I
that's
can't.
all I need. That's
When I
all
go
I
visit
can
my parents,
take.
it's the same way. I'm like, I gotta be out by like
Yeah.
the latest I'll stay is 9. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotta get back in the city. I
Yeah.
got shit going on. I got stuff doing.
Well,
Can't.
and then it's like they like want you to be like a leech and be like, oh, actually, no, we love your company. Don't leave. Don't
Right.
leave.
Well, that's
and you're
just
like,
parents.
and you're like, okay, I need to go.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's time.
Yeah. I've had that many a time. But yeah, I have friends out in the burbs, and
Different
I
way
just
of living.
can't. It's a vastly different. And now I understand why people who grew up in the city were like, you know, for people like us, we're like, oh, we're from the city. But people who were born in the city, it's vastly different than people like us. I mean, I want to be the city, but I mean, I was born in the burbs.
Well, it's crazy. Sometimes I like, you know, like as you get older and like when you think like, oh, okay, I'm going to be a parent one day, it's like crazy to me that you like go on the red line and you'll like see kids with backpacks that are like going to school that are in grade school.
Right.
I'm like, holy
just kids walking around.
Crap.
Yeah.
This is so scary. Like,
yeah.
I could imagine
Fucking
my
nuts.
dad made my breakfast, my lunch, cooked all my meals, drove me and my mom to school, dropped me off, picked me up. God forbid if I took the bus. Like, it was like, that was a big step.
I never had no school bus.
And I'm like,
Mm-mm.
I couldn't even imagine being a grade schooler and like taking the train. I would be scared shitless. But if you grow up in the city, it's like you kind of just got to do it. That's just a normal fucking day.
Riding the bus, there are just kids on the bus. I'm like, these kids are riding just the regular CTA bus. I'm like, oh my god.
It makes you grow up a lot faster.
It does make you realize you are from the burbs.
Yeah.
I don't really like the whole like white privilege crap.
Yeah.
But like, I have to say, I've seen these fucking kids. I'm like, fuck, you're taking a CTA fucking bus?
Yeah.
Shit.
You're smart.
Wow. You're smart. Well, we didn't have buses. Yeah, fuck, yeah. The closest thing was we were going to bed at these other two girls. No, it was a guy and a girl.
Which
we
everybody,
did a
by the way, had
carpool.
like a parking pass and a spot. Everybody had a car.
Yeah, I mean, you just. You
If
know.
your dad didn't buy you a car on your 16th
poor.
birthday,
You
yeah.
broke. You ain't no rich white person. You're just a regular white person. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I just find that fascinating, the differences. And I just go back and I'm just like, I don't know this. I mean, I grew up in that for 18 years, but then I went out to DeKalb. I mean, DeKalb is its own thing at IU, but which is Northern Illinois University for people who don't know. But not to be confused with Northern Iowa University. Fuck those people. I'm sure they're lovely. I don't know. But it's just so different than fucking the city.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you get every type of person over here. Maybe some people you don't want to know exist. But there they are in the world. You have to deal and contend with them. And it's fun. I just find it more fun. I find this being in the city is just a way more fun experience.
It 100%
If you're a young person in your 20s and, you know, you have any sense of adventure whatsoever, you got to go to a city for at least a couple of years.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, move back to the burbs, you know, get married, have a kid, whatever.
I mean, shit, it's 20 minutes, 25 minutes away. 20 minutes if you're driving 90,
yeah, if you're in the Chicagoland area, you might as well. I mean, Jesus Christ. But just in general, I drive around in the fucking boonies. I don't know how people live that way.
Yeah.
I got to be doing stuff.
No.
That's just
I'm
me,
the same exact way.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do with my life.
I'm too active.
I know, yeah.
But, like, active in my own way.
But it's like you want to be active. You don't want to just be like sitting watching TV all day.
I can't do it.
No.
It's not my.
Well, it's like
not
crazy.
my
I'm
bag.
like, people are like out like gardening for like the entire day. I'm like, how do you garden from 7 o'clock in the morning till 7 o'clock at night?
I don't need a lawn. No.
I don't want it. Well, it's funny. Millennials don't, and this is even crazier. So like, people in Naperville or these suburbs who are trying to sell these 8-bedroom homes can't sell them. Why? Because millennials are like, holy shit, I don't want to take care of 8 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms.
Right.
I also don't want to hire a cleaning lady or have to take care of a lawn. You move to the city and you're like, dude, I'm okay with living in a, less than 2,000 square foot apartment, if I have a kid, it's like, why do I need all that space? It's also extra cleaning. It's like you want convenient, quick.
Living in the city, I've realized that space is a convenience.
It is. Well, when are you it's like I'm at home. That's my other thing. I'm like, when am I really home? Like, I'm not home. I'm always on the go.
Likewise, yeah.
So it's just it makes you put, like you said, things into perspective about like what you care about, I guess.
Yep. I agreed 100%. So that's and that's what I find is I observe people. Like, I feel like I can tell who's a suburb person, who's a not.
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
Nowadays, now that I've lived in the city, I feel like if you lived in the city 5+ years, which both of us have at this point, like, you're now kind of a city person.
Yeah.
Because I won't go out the burbs if like people invite me out to the burbs. I'm like, no. I'm busy.
But
I am like legitimately busy.
It's like, why don't you come here to the city and have a lot more fun and like stay in a hotel? What am I gonna do? Stay in the fucking like Motel 6 out there? Like
yeah. I mean, if my parents didn't live out in the burbs,
no, I would never go there.
Yeah, I would never go.
No.
Yeah, no. Well, that's interesting. The only other question that I want to ask you before we get to the fun bit, which is the lightning round.
Oh God.
Yes.
Sounds scary.
I wanted to ask you about like fitness in general and what you do for it. My biggest question to you is, why did you choose Orange Theory over like an Export or something or one of these other ones? Because I have an Export membership. I don't know bugaboo about any of these fucking places. I'm like, it's a gym, it's nearby, I go there.
Mm-hmm.
But as a trainer, is there some sort of a perk that Orange Theory has? I mean, what's the deal? Why did you choose that over some other place?
Well, again, if you see a trainer walking around at Export, that's one-on-one training. You're selling yourself. You have to go up to people. Like, say you're in the gym, you go to Export tomorrow. To get clients, you have to like go up to them, like stalk them. Hey, what's your name? I've seen you in here for the last 5 days. Like, I don't want to have to worry about doing that. I've already done the sales part. Like, I don't want to be, I'm not trying to get back into sales. I'm not selling myself to do one-on-one training. Plus, in all honesty, one-on-one training is a lot less fun. When you have 36 people in a room and people are like lit and ready to work out, it is a party.
#lit.
Yeah, like so lit. Like, it is so much more fun. And like,
that is one phrase white people have cornered the market on, is lit. I don't know about any other phrases that are cool and hip that I know of that white people have come up with. But
basic,
lit.
yeah.
And it's always you white women.
It is. I don't know. There's something about lit that's just like, so positive.
People use it for everything now.
It's a great word. But
we can agree to disagree on
it is, there's something about being in a room that has so much energy with all those people that just like I feed off their energy.
Sure.
And Orange Theory, I like the workout because, like we were talking about before, it's for everybody. You could come in as an 8-year-old, you can come in as an 80-year-old, and you can still get the same exact workout at a different fitness level. It's also not like CrossFit where you're like throwing 400 pounds over your shoulder, trying to like be Mr. Macho or Mrs. Macho and like hurting your body physically. Like, I don't believe in that. I just don't. I love circuit training. Orange Theory is more like high intensity interval training. But when you ask me of like what I do on my own, I do Orange Theory, but I also write my own workouts. But they're timed. So, for example, there's 6 exercises. And for those 6 exercises, you're going to be doing them for 60 seconds or 45 seconds. And you're going to give yourself 15 seconds of rest in between. It's what they kind of call Tabata. Mentally, your brain is like, fuck yeah, I could do this for 60 seconds. That's nothing.
Right.
So, like, well, when you put 6 exercises of all legs together, 6 exercises of all upper body together, then it starts to burn. And my thing is like, the treadmill, so hard on your knees.
Yeah, I won't run on a treadmill anymore. Can't do it.
The amount of people that injure themselves on treadmills,
Yeah.
Achilles, their shin splints, their knees,
Not
even
good.
your back. People need to stop running so much.
It's not good. Running is not good in
Running
general.
outside's 10 times worse.
Yeah. So where do you run? Where should one run?
Well, a treadmill absorbs the shock a lot more. When you're running on concrete, your bones are literally just smacking together. There's no absorption. Run on a treadmill. A great cardio machine is actually a Stairmaster. You can burn
This is what I've heard.
a crap ton of calories on a Stairmaster.
Gotcha.
And same thing, just doing intervals, like going back and forth, 10 seconds on,
Yep.
20 seconds off. Just
Yep.
fool around with it and have fun.
Yeah.
Like, you could even do it, like, for a song. Like,
Sure.
to, like, the beat of a song. But my thing is, like, if I told you to go run for 30 minutes, you're going to be like, this is boring as shit.
Yeah.
But if I
do
tell you to do something for 60 seconds, you'll probably mentally be like, I can do it. So my thing is, like, do something that you can do. Like, not even say, fuck it, you can't do physically, but that you could, like, mentally be like, I can do this. That's the type of workout you need to do.
Yeah.
My thing is, like, circuit workouts. I'm doing burpees for 60 seconds. I'm doing bicep curls for 60 seconds. I'm going to sprint on a treadmill for 60 seconds. I won't be on that treadmill for longer than maybe 4 minutes in a workout. And I don't want to be on that treadmill because I don't like running on a treadmill for that long.
Yeah, I don't like running in general unless it's for a purpose. I mean, I play soccer on Sundays.
It's the only time
That's
you run.
that's enough. That's enough. No, I would run to the
great
gym because it's like a
workout.
mile away. So I'd run there and back. But again, it's on concrete.
Yeah.
And I went running around here, and I have such a thing with running where I know you have to run because it's good for burning off calories and whatnot, but at
Yeah.
the same time, again, like you're saying, too much running
Not good for you.
is really not good for you. Yeah, so it's a balance of what do you do to burn it off with doing the least amount of running is what I
Body
is
weight
what I-
exercises.
Right.
I mean, it's so funny. We did this thing last year about how many burpees it takes to, like, burn a Snickers bar off. And it's like you could do like 30 burpees to burn off, like, so however many pieces of candy. But it's like you don't have to go run for 2 hours on a treadmill to burn off a fucking Snickers. You could do 30 burpees and burn it off. Like, body weight exercises are using 100% of those muscles in your body. It's actually funny. The rowing machines at Orange Theory, rowing on an actual rower burns double the calories per hour than it does on a treadmill. Because you are using more muscle groups in your body.
No, that makes sense.
The more muscle you have, the more calories you're burning.
Sure. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, like,
you're using more of your full body, so it's taking more energy to do the motions. So that makes
exactly.
sense.
Exactly. So I'm like, people need to be doing full body, like, circuits, and fuck the running. That's way too hard on your joints.
Yeah, I mean, I won't do it anymore.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I mean, my workout routine here, it consists of pull-ups on the pull-up bar.
Yeah.
Push-ups, burpees, some like those, what you call them, the skiers.
Yes. Skiers are
Skiers?
so hard. I put those in
Yeah.
my workout too.
My legs burn,
Yeah.
lady.
Yeah.
Bunch of jumping jacks, and then I have a 10-minute ab routine that I found that I do.
And I bet you do that
That's
circuit 4 times with
Yeah.
you could run
I
through
do it
that
3 times.
Yeah, 3-4
3-4
times and say, like, you're going to just time yourself 45 seconds of each exercise. That's a hard fucking workout.
Yeah, it's a really hard workout.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get
And people,
fucking
like,
burned.
People don't get that. They don't know
No.
how to put that together.
Yeah.
But my
I've done
thing
a
is
lot of
like
research on it though.
my thing is, like,
So that's the thing.
literally, here, you could do something this simple. Pick your top 6 exercises. Like, if you are listening to this, just out of your head. Jump squats, push-ups, burpees, skiers, and, like, just jumps, or, pick something. Write those 6 exercises down on a piece of paper. Download this app. It's called the Tabata app. So it's a timer.
Not yet a sponsor.
Not yet a sponsor. But the Tabata app. And you can plug in what you want the thing to beep at. So do you want it to beep at 45 seconds, a minute? You set your own timer. That way, you put your phone to the side, put your earplugs in, or if you want them or not, and you don't even have to worry about anything. It's timed. It keeps you on track. That's your motivator. You got your music on. Do that 3 times. I mean, shit,
Boom.
you'll burn as
There you
many
go.
calories in a Orange Theory
Done
workout.
deal.
Done.
Deal. Well, that's all you really need to know. Lauren Gaspar giving you everything you need to know. And with that, we're going to move on to the lightning round.
Oh, God, I'm scared for this. Do I have to get, like, prepared?
No.
There's
it's
no
just,
preparing,
It's just going
I
to
guess.
be me asking you a bunch of questions.
All right.
Rapid fire. You give me your answer as fast as you can.
Okay.
And that's what we're going to do. And we're going to learn a little bit about Lauren Gaspar and how she deals with the city of Chicago. Are you ready?
Oh, maybe?
They're not difficult questions.
All right.
All right. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Question number 1. Italian beef or Chicago-style hot dog?
Chicago-style hot dog.
Ooh. Okay. Interesting. Sears Tower or Hancock? John Hancock.
Sears Tower.
Okay. All right. Good. Obviously, we're doing Sears, not Willis, that fuck. Cubs socks.
Neither.
Oh, you fair weather fan? Nah, that'd be my answer. I'm a fair weather fan. LSD or Michigan Ave?
LSD.
Of course. Grant or Millennium Park?
Millennium.
Okay. Favorite thing to do in the chai?
Oh, God. Justin, why would you do that to me?
Because it's fun to watch you squirm. I don't know. I'm just
Favorite
curious.
thing to do. I love Lincoln Park Zoo.
Oh, okay. Cool. Nifty. What about the Lincoln Park Zoo?
Well, number 1, it's fucking free. So if you've never been,
It's true.
get the fuck to Lincoln
It's
Park
free.
Zoo. The fact that we have a free zoo, like not many cities have a free
That's
zoo.
also true.
And it's clean. And they got like
Also
polar
true.
bears. They have a new baby rhino.
All these things are accurate.
I mean, it's insane. The baby rhino is the cutest. So go see it.
All right. Back to the lightning round. Favorite L line?
Red line.
All right. Red line is the best line. Your favorite hood that you like?
Lincoln Park.
Okay.
Born and
Riverwalk
raised.
or beach?
Riverwalk. Oh, I hate sand. Fucking hate it.
Really?
I literally pet peeve. It makes my skin crawl. Sand.
Wow. All right. Well, Riverwalk it is. Improv show or theater show?
Improv.
Yes. Great answer. Favorite deep dish pizza place in the city?
I mean, Giordano's.
Giordano's. Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Al's beef or Portillo's?
Portillo's.
Okay. Well, since you picked Chicago,
You're
so
like
hot dog, I
basic.
feel like, yeah. Favorite expressway that you like to drive on?
None.
None of them.
Fuck the expressways.
You don't like
They're
the
all
dandelion?
under no, they're all under construction.
Oh, God. All right. I guess that's fair. Favorite music venue in the city for concerts?
Ooh, I used to love the Mid, but it's closed.
That's true. It's no longer in existence.
No longer in existence.
Gone.
God, favorite music venue. Used to love Paris Club too, and now that's closed.
No shit. I didn't know that.
They are revamping it into like a disco. If you've heard
Yeah,
that.
I remember you'd always be like, I'd text you and you'd be like, Paris Club. And I'd be like,
Literally,
"Fine,
Paris
go there."
Club was
Ugh,
my life for like,
gross.
I know,
Alright.
2 years.
All right.
I mean, I guess I've seen some concerts at United Center's not that bad.
All right, United Center. Okay, cool. Old Ferris wheel or the new Ferris wheel? And Navy Pier.
The new.
Okay, cool. One thing you wish you knew about Chicago before moving here?
One thing I wish I knew. Wow, you really stumped me with that.
Oh, so much for
Really
a lightning round.
stumped me. Yeah, this is like
Some of them are thought provoking to
yeah.
throw off the lightning. It's lightning and thunder.
Parking.
That's a good answer though. Best piece of has nothing to do with Chicago, but best piece of advice you've ever gotten.
The best piece of advice. YOLO.
You did not just say YOLO. Oh my God.
Go out and chase your fucking dreams.
All right. Okay. All right. Cool.
Stop playing around. Just fucking do it.
Okay. Is that you saying that, or is that the advice you got?
No, that is literally me saying that.
All right.
All
So
the
she's
advice I
got
got.
advice from herself.
Yeah, basically.
All right. One city that you would live in if you didn't live in Chicago.
One city that I lived in if I didn't live in Chicago?
If you didn't live in Chicago, what other city could you see yourself living in? Phrase it that way.
God, I don't like California. I would totally move to Colorado in some sort of city in Colorado.
Like Denver or something?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, last question.
Bum-ba-dum.
Bum, 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 bum. A piece of advice you would give to somebody who's never been to Chicago before and is either coming to visit or moving here.
Ask somebody who lives in Chicago for a good itinerary.
Itinerary?
Yeah, like, you don't want to come to Chicago and just, like, wing it. You want to come to Chicago with a plan. It's like when you go to, like, Canada and there's, like, a bajillion mountains. Like, you're not just going to, like, wake up every day and be like, oh, what mountain am I going to hike today? Well, they all get full at, like, 8 o'clock in the morning, just like half of the restaurants in Chicago. So figure out what you like. You need to have your dining, your hotel, your attractions. Everything needs to be, like, you got to have your full day set up and planned. Like, that's, like, you can't just wing it. So, I mean, Chicago Pizza Oven Grinder, improv show, like, you gotta see it all. I don't know. I mean, there's so much to do.
Yeah, there is. There's a lot to do. Awesome. All right. Well, Lauren Gaspar, cheers to you.
Cheers.
Thanks for being on Couch Stories.
Thanks for
and
having me.
And having a conversation with me and telling everybody a little bit more about yourself. Really
Loved
appreciate it. All right. That was another great edition. Well, we didn't even drink. We cheers and didn't even drink the drink. That was another edition of Couch Stories. I hope you all liked it. Lauren, in case people who are watching this were not listening to the podcast, where can they go and find you?
So go to Instagram, because we all know Instagram's the new Facebook, right? L Gaspar. So just the letter L, my last name Gaspar. And then follow me at Simple Staples Shy, which is also my side business.
That's CHI for all you non-chai people.
Yeah.
So that's Simple Staples Shy and L Gaspar. Cool.
Yeah.
And if you liked what you saw here and you love this interview and everything else, go to Chicago 60 on Facebook at Chicago 60 SIXTY. Like and follow us there. You're probably watching this on YouTube because you can only see this on YouTube. So if you are, hit the subscribe button and hit the little notification bell. Helps us out a lot with rankings and whatnot. We're trying to grow this business and whatnot, so please help us out. Hit that subscribe button. Would really be appreciative if you could do that. You can also, if you're listening to this on iTunes, hit subscribe and leave us a 5-star review, please, because we want to have more cool people on like Lauren Gaspar here to have conversations like this with and tell you about cool people doing cool things in the city. She can either prep you a meal or train you on losing your weight or getting you into shape however you want it. You wouldn't know about her if we didn't have her on the show. So we're going to have more people like Lauren on, so please help us out. Give us that 5-star review. Subscribe on iTunes. We will also be on Spotify if you're a Spotify person, so go ahead and do that. And then our Instagram is at Chicago60. That's at Chicago_60, Chicago_60. The numbers this time. You can go there too. We're going to be everywhere. We're doing all kinds of cool things. So please help us out so we can keep doing a wonderful segment like this and learn more about cool people in Chicago. So with that, Lauren, thanks again for being on.
Thanks for having me, Justin.
We end every episode the exact same way. It's just what we do. Do you remember the phrase?
Fuck the Packers thing?
Yeah. Fuck the Packers. Yes, we do. Are you ready?
Well, how does it start?
Do you bear down and fuck
the Packers?
Yeah, okay. All right. Are you ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1.
Bear down and fuck the Packers.
Awesome. Thank you, Lauren. Everybody, that's it for another edition. We'll see you next time.